Now, there are many ways that people go about making money and getting a higher income, but these are the 6 habits that helped me go from minimum wage to making $20 an hour to soon making 6 figures by the time I was 22 years old. Hello everyone, and for those who are new here, my name is Sarah. I am a computer engineer based in the United States, and this channel covers engineering, education, and personal finance. So the very first thing is education, and now I'm not only talking about getting a college degree because that is super important. I got my college degree in computer engineering, and I know for a fact that really helped me skyrocket my income and get a high paying salary right out of college. That is very important, and majoring in the STEM field is something you should definitely do if you're thinking about going to college. But I'm also talking about educating yourself in terms of financial literacy. The school system has really missed the mark in that way. They've had us learn various subjects, but a lot of the times they don't really apply to real life, or you won't ever actually use like 80 to 90% of the information you learn in high school. So you really have to close that gap of education. You really need to learn more about personal finance, mortgages, loans, credit cards. You need to learn about all of that because they just don't teach you that. So to learn this, you could take some classes in college while you're getting your major. You could also just watch videos, read books, do various things like that. Those are all the things that I did, and they really helped me learn more about personal finance. So the next one is the spotlight effect. And this effect is basically when you kind of walk around thinking that everyone is looking at you, judging you. So in a sense, you're walking about and there's a spotlight on you where everyone can see you, everyone can see what you're wearing, what you're doing, and everything like that. That is honestly not true. And that's helped me really progress in terms of my education and how I act in general, because I realized, okay, people aren't really actually paying attention to you. They don't care what you do or what you think. Everyone is in their own little world already, so they're definitely not thinking about you. And that really helped me push forward and do and make decisions that I normally otherwise wouldn't have, because I realized it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day or the end of the month, people will forget about everything you did or said, especially strangers. No one will ever actually give you a second thought. Everyone's on their own journey, and that's where it helped me realize, okay, well, I might as well focus on me as well and just push myself in these ways, do things, say things that I normally wouldn't do or say, all with the knowledge that it doesn't really matter because they don't really care. So the next one is action over analysis. A lot of the times people tend to overanalyze things, and that did happen to me many times. Like when I was deciding on my major, I was at first going to major in computer engineering, but then I decided, oh no, maybe I want to major in nutrition because I really am passionate about that kind of stuff. I was really trying to decide, okay, should I major in this or should I major in that? And I just really didn't have a direction, and it ended up costing me a semester or two's worth of classes that I had to make up for over the summer or take extra credit hours during the semester. It really ended up hurting me in the long run, and had I just made a decision and gone for it, it would have been a lot easier later on, and I wouldn't have been nearly as stressed out and wouldn't have spent as much money either. That's something that really helped me, is when I realized that, okay, I need to give myself a set amount of time to make a decision on something that I am very unsure about. And once I make that decision, that's it. No looking back. I'm just going to go forward with that decision. I'm not going to say, oh, well, what if, or, oh, maybe I can still change my mind. No, that's it. A lot of the times people don't really do that. It's like analysis paralysis. So when you do that, you basically are not making any sort of action or any sort of decisions, and therefore you're just going to be stuck in the same place. Any decision is a good decision, even if it's a bad one. You will still learn about that mistake that you made or that failure. The next one is the all or nothing mindset. A lot of the times people don't really think that this is a good idea, that there should be more balance, and that having an all or nothing mindset isn't very efficient. But with what I experienced, I think it was perfect. It helped me accomplish what I needed to. It helped me get my engineering job that I have now, as well as the internship that I had. And it was mainly because I had in my mind, okay, I'm going to get this degree, I'm going to get this computer engineering degree, I'm going to get an internship, and then I'm going to get a job. And that job will be 6 figures. So I had it in my mind, I'm going to do this, and there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I don't care how intense it will be. I don't care how much work I'm going to have to do. It will be 4 years from now, and I will have an internship during that time and then apply for engineering positions. Because I had that mindset, if there was ever sort of any uncertainty or doubt that I was going to fail a class or something, I would double down on that work. I would study harder. I would talk to the professor, talk to the TA, anything I could to get a better understanding on what I was messing up on and improving my grade. Because I had in my mind, I can't fail. I won't fail. This can't happen because this is not part of the plan. That's where I just went all in. I just focused on school, and that's all my life was basically about. Didn't have much of a social life, but it did help me get to where I needed to go. That's something that I think you should definitely focus on, and if you want to do that, the first thing is make a decision. Don't have that analysis paralysis, and then once you make that decision, just go all in. Anything you can do to accomplish that goal, just do it. There's no backing out now, and you just have to go all in. The next one is begin with the end in mind. As I had mentioned earlier, I really wanted to get my engineering degree, and I wanted it to be 6 figures at least when I graduated. I always had that in the back of my mind while I was going through these classes and going through the work and everything like that. Yes, there were many times where I was stressed and I cried, but it really helped me focus and put things into perspective. So there were many times where I wanted to quit and I felt like a failure and I didn't think I was going to pass, but then I thought the goal is to get 6 figures. So if that's the goal, this class is minor. This is just a 4-month thing that I have to go through, and then I'm done with it. Just keeping that in mind really helped me stay focused and not get sidetracked or distracted in any way. If you're wanting to, become financially independent and you want to have a high salary, but you're having some doubts throughout the process, or you think that something's not working, or you get distracted with something else, or you want to go hang out with friends when you should be studying, for example, then just come back to that same end goal. What is it that you ultimately want to do? And then you'll get your mind off of what it was before and get you focused on your actual end goal that you had set for yourself. And the best way to do that, I think, is maybe write sticky notes, or maybe give yourself a reminder every day if you're pretty forgetful or you get sidetracked very easily. For me, it was just when times were very stressful and I felt like quitting. Those were the times where I thought about what the end goal is and how long it'll take there, and just realizing that everything that you're going through right now is just a temporary inconvenience. And so the last habit that really helped me increase my income and have 6 figures by the time I was 22 is having a sense of urgency. Now, when I was going through college the first year, I really wasn't pushing myself in any way. I was just like, okay, let's see what's there. Do I want to major in computer engineering? What about mathematics? And so on and so forth. It wasn't until my sophomore year is where I was like, okay, I really need to buckle down if I want to actually achieve this goal. Because of that, I'm only going to give myself from 2015 to 2019 to complete my degree. And once that's done, I'm going to immediately find a job. There are many courses that I had to make up for because I had transitioned from one college to another. I just thought, okay, well, if I am going to major in 2019, I'm going to have to take them over the summer, or I'm going to have to go up to 21 credit hours, whatever the limit is. And so there was always like that pressure on me to study for the next test, to do the next homework assignment, enroll into the classes for next semester, plan for that summer. I also gave myself the goal of getting an internship by the time I was a junior. And so there was also that additional urgency that I had. If I didn't put that pressure on myself, I know for a fact I would be like, okay, well, I could get an internship, but it's not really that important. Or, oh, I didn't get the internship for the summer. That's okay. I could try next semester. And that definitely would have hurt my end goal, because I know for a fact I either wouldn't have graduated by the time it was 2019, or I wouldn't have had the necessary experience required to get this position that I have now. And now there's a lot of people who don't have that sense of urgency, and because of that, they just don't accomplish their goals, because they usually think to themselves, okay, well, I have all the time in the world. I have X amount of years. That's a lot of time to do this, so I'm okay for now. I'll probably do it next month. And then the next month rolls by. Okay, well, I'm still pretty good. I'll give it another couple months, and they just don't do it. If you are needing some way to develop that sense of urgency, then I think the best way to do that is to just think to yourself, there's only a certain amount of time you have on earth, basically. And the sooner you do it, the better. And the more you'll get to know about yourself, and you'll develop even further than what you ever would have thought. And realize that it's actually a good thing. You may fail, yes, you may not do well in it, but you'll learn and develop in the process. And at the very least, just think to yourself, well, the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well complete that task in order to achieve your goals. So that's just another habit that I developed, and I still do to this day. And so yeah, that's basically it. Those are the 6. If you found this video very helpful and useful, please give it a like and comment below if you have any other video suggestions. And yeah, if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.